I recently read the book of Job again, and I just found it to be so insightful. I mean, here's a book, long book, way back in the Old Testament, probably the first book written in the Old Testament, and it has such relevant insights for today. You may know the story of Job. The devil comes to God, and the devil wants to attack Job, really to get at God. And God says, I'll tell you what, you can do anything to him. He'll be able to handle it. Just don't take his life. And so long story short, Job tears everything, or the devil tears everything out of Job's life. He takes his children, he takes his home, his possessions. Job is only left with his wife, and she tells him to curse God and die. And so Job is filled with grief, so he sits down in the ashes. He's got boils all over his body. He's scraping his skin with pottery shards. And his friends, notice, 3 of his friends come, and for 7 days they do the right thing. They sit down with Job and say not a word. Good job, guys. But what happens after 7 days is Job starts verbalizing his grief of going through this, and his friends can't handle it anymore. Now they each start to talk. And for 30 plus chapters, you read about Job and his friends, each expounding wisdom about why this happened to him, calling each other fools and calling themselves wise, for 30 some chapters. And then finally, God speaks, and everybody's silent. God speaks. And he says, really, guys? You've got all this wisdom. You know why this happened. Can any of you tell me how I created the world? Can any of you tell me? And God talks, and everybody's silent. And when God is done, Job speaks again and repents of what he said in claiming to be wise. And then Job prays for his friends for what they have done. And when he does, the Bible says when Job prayed for his friends, God blessed him more than what he had even before the crisis came. And now I'm reading this story and it suddenly hit me. This is relevant. Think about this. A crisis, this is like an Old Testament social media. A crisis happens, a huge crisis. And now everybody starts expounding their wisdom. Right? Everybody, have you noticed everybody today in social media, everybody's an economist, everybody's a political analyst, everybody is a medical expert, an expert in disease prevention and so on. And we all know what we know. We're calling other people fools who disagree with us. We all know which the right news agency is and which the wrong one is, and whether it's one of the big ones or one of the independent ones. We all know which one's right. And you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for God to post. What do you think God would say if he were to post now? Would he say, you know what? You need to pray for one another. And if you will, I'll bless you. What do you think God would say if he were to post now? Put it in the comments below.